No matter your age, when you're black in America, you don't get to be fully American. That freedom we're so fond of talking about as a nation comes with an asterisk when you're black. We're viewed with suspicion. We're never given the benefit of the doubt. Our actions are never presumed innocent. And with that comes a lot of stress. There are moments that sneak up on you, say sitting in a Starbucks while black, or birding in Central Park while black, or shopping for underwear while black, or Airbnb-ing while black. Then there are those moments when action is needed, but if you've read my writing over the years, you know I never leave home without my driver's license, insurance card, and business card with my husband's cell phone number on it, because you just never know. I'm one vigilante, avowed racist or homophobe away from calamity. And if I got into an accident on a country road, I'd think long and hard about whether to go to the nearby house for help. Could I be putting myself in more danger by doing so? I can't afford not to think this way. That's what being black in America means. Constantly weighing the pros and cons of countless situations and interactions and hoping you get from point A to point B with as much of your dignity intact, if not your life.
Black Americans, I must ask, how have you guys been coping? How? Every single day I leave my house, one racist interaction or the other, every single day. A few days ago, I was at the office. I recently cut my hair, and a colleague of mine, a white woman, said to me, "Oh, I really love your real hair." And she went on, "Oh, I wish I can pull this off. I really love your real hair." I'm like, what kind of compliment is this? Which one is real hair? So the hair that I cut is fake hair. I really love your real hair. Today I was at the courthouse. I was seated where other lawyers are seated. I did not even say a word. I'm wearing pink jackets, white top, black trouser, looking very professional. Why did someone come to meet me to ask me, "Are you the interpreter?" That was the question that I was asked. Are you the interpreter? It's not the first time. And then something interesting happened, because I said, "No, I'm an attorney and I have a case here before the court." And he said, apologizing. And I said, "It's okay." But then he continued apologizing. I was like, "It's okay." It was as if he was expecting a different type of reaction. And maybe I'm missing it. Maybe there is a different way people are supposed to react to an apology that I'm missing. Maybe it's and especially when it's coming from a stranger, it's like, "Oh, you said this, you apologized, I said it's okay, why don't we move on?" What was he expecting from me? Maybe I am missing what the cultural American reaction is supposed to be to an apology. But how have you guys been coping?
What was it like growing up as a black man in America?
Well, in America it was a little different because I was a foreigner. I was African and I was very dark skinned. And at the time, dark skin wasn't really in style, so I was always getting picked on in school. Mm-hmm.
But you were in trouble a lot.
That's what got me in trouble. It was frustration.
What got you in trouble?
Just, the way I felt. I felt I was being mistreated and unfairly judged because I was African. So I was always in fights. And
you spent time in jail?
I spent some time in jail.
What for?
Stealing cars and hustling. Yeah.
Welcome, family. My name is Judy Tugo. Welcome to my channel. The challenges blacks go through in the hands of whites. Actually, blacks have really gone through a lot of challenges. Some are jailed because they are blacks. Some died because they are blacks. Some, they deprive them work because they are blacks. They deny them a lot of things. There is a particular girl that went to in a place of work, even in the workplace, there is a lot of discrimination. So this girl went for an interview. When she met this white man, the white man said, "Wow, I'm impressed with this resume. this has been the best resume I have seen in my life, but I am afraid you will not have the job. You were like, what? What happened? You said this is the best you have seen. Why didn't you give me the job? Say, because you are black. The girl was so surprised and devastated. You see? Many people went to jail because they are black. Some also died because they are black. But it's a pity that it's happening that way. Blacks, white people don't just hate you people, just that because they are jealous of what you have, what you possess. This video also revealed that why the white are jealous of blacks is because they appreciate everything you have. Your joy, they want to be like you, your joy, your intelligence, your how you flourish in your business. That's why they are jealous. That's why they hate you. They really want to possess what you have.
So, hey, boo, I just had a thought. One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even. Each one of those things that people think regarding other races are different with black people, I think.
Black people have a lot of privilege in America. We can be racist without any repercussions. We can say the N-word while other people are not allowed to say the N-word. We aren't allowed to be criticized because if we are, then that's people being racist to us. People have to walk on eggshells around us because they can't risk hurting our feelings. The bar has been set so low for us because we cannot do even the most simplest task. And that's all I can think of. Can y'all think of any others? Let me know.
You know, when I came to America newly, I used to think African Americans are lazy. They don't want to work and all that. You will never understand the struggle of African Americans until you live in the system for 5 years. Then you understand that being black in the system is already playing you 10-0. Like you are 10 steps behind. The schools in black neighborhoods, they're all underfunded. The only thing you can find anywhere, everywhere in black neighborhood is liquor store. Keep drinking and keep yourselves busy. Now I understand why everybody's fighting so much to live in white neighborhood. Before I used to say they are not proud of their skin color. They don't love who they are. But they're actually fighting for their children's future. Because being black in the system is already playing you 10-0. You are 10 steps behind. Is it you that is coming with underfunded certificates that want to be competing with somebody that is 10 steps ahead of you? Being black in the system is tough. You see, African Americans and Africans, we are all the same. Let us not be distracted. We are all the same. The only difference is that one is living in America, the other one is coming from Africa. Let's support each other's business. If you see your brother trying to make ends meet, support his business. You get to the point now. Peace and love.
You know black Americans are the richest black people on earth? You cannot find a black majority country or any country where black people have significant representation where they are as wealthy, because even the poorest people in America are in the top 5%, the top 2% of wealth around the world. And so my whole belief is stop acting like you're a victim and start making better choices.
Not acting like a victim, whoa. This is not a victim mentality.
No, it fundamentally is, because white people are not out to get you. There is nothing holding black people back. Let me say that again. There is nothing holding black people back. In fact, the opposite. You can get into colleges with lower test scores. You could say things that white people can't say and not be fired for it.
It doesn't matter what we do, what we don't do. Someone will always have something negative to say about us. We could be minding our own black business and people will get offended by our existence. And I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I love that you all hate us so much because it means there's something special about us. Y'all hate us, but spend so much time trying to imitate us, talk like us, walk like us, or rage bait us into conversations and debates. Like, why? Why do y'all care about what we think? We just minding our black business. Even people who look like us, who are not from America, hates black Americans. And honestly, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Am I saying every individual hates black Americans? Absolutely not. But even if everyone did hate us, I wouldn't give a fuck. Shout out to the
in America currently have figured out how to become more successful. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 1,000, 600,000. That is larger than the entire population of Miami. I live in Miami right now. So imagine a city, a whole city full of black millionaires. But you got excuses. You know, your race matters so much to you. So, oh my God, my race. I'm black in America. The man is against me. The man is coming after me. Yeah, but 600,000 people living in the same country as you have figured it out. You're looking at one of them. You're gonna say that I had an unfair advantage? What was my unfair advantage? I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I came to America as an immigrant. Didn't have a father. Didn't have any government aid. What was my unfair advantage?
Better turn around, Nom.
We were riding down this block and these white people start saying, "Get out of here, niggas. You know, get out my neighborhood. Don't come to this neighborhood." And then they start hitting on her. Throwing rocks and everything else. Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood.
We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody.
We had a nice
parade. We saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. I mean, we didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me, but this little boy, short boy about my size, or little short, and picked up a rock, and he was in the front of all these tall honkies. But he threw the rock. He tried to hit my sister, but he almost hit me about that much away from me. And I was sure wish he had hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right dead in his face. They always say niggas are doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? Every time the white people come down the block, we don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them. We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in a white neighborhood, they just push us out.
Yeah. Everybody with us, they said we're nothing, you know, they were a piece of dirt, dogs. I mean, that's the way you treat an animal. I mean, God, we're human beings. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. Black, white, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person. That's just wrong.
I hate their goddamn guts.
I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kids' fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel and everything else. I think it's just the system. I don't know. I can't say that I hate them because I don't hate anybody.
Do you forgive them?
No. No. Can't take back no hurt. But they gonna always do that. They always spit on us like we some dogs. They always gonna spit back on them. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Let's talk about the anti-blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. When I went to go talk to them, they said that we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something.
Well, contrary to their belief, we love y'all, and black people don't feel like you owe us anything, except common decency and the same respect we give to the Hispanic and Asian community. We know how you talk about us. Why you with that black guy? Your kids are going to be dark. Don't let that beg in my house. We see the hate, but we don't share that same hate for you. Hell, we don't even hate white people. We just don't fuck with racists. If you ask most black people what they want, they'll just say equality and to be left alone. But even when we're minding our own business, we start our own banks, we get our own neighborhoods, we build our own cities, the good old boys come and burn it down. This was Tulsa, this was Rosewood, this was Wilmington. They did it in Chicago. We had to make special books just to drive through our own country. So where can we go for peace? Go on over to Africa. They came to Africa, scooped us up, and brought us here. The large influx of Asians arrived here in the 1800s, Hispanics early 1900s, Polish 1870, Irish 1845, German 1820s, the rest of the world 1800s. Black people been here centuries before any of these groups. And we've been on the front lines of every single war, fighting for a country where every other group hates us. Many Asians and Hispanics move through this country unbothered because they think, because their skin is closer to white, that they have the same privilege and can treat black people the same way white people do. And this is why 40% of the Asian vote and half of the Hispanic vote went to the orange man. But the Hispanic community, you're learning very quickly, and they'll invade Chinatown and Koreatown and Little Japan next. And then you'll see why you perpetuate your anti-blackness, that they hate you just as much as us. As an enabled body adult, it is your choice to have a lack of education to keep you in this ignorance of this all blacks are bad mindset. If you're taught that Malcolm X was just a writer and MLK was just a pastor and slavery wasn't that bad, how could you truly understand the black experience? And now they're banning black education from our schools. Does this not scream 1933? When Black Lives Matter happened back in 2020, there were thousands of people jumping on social media talking about, oh my God, how come no one ever told me about Emmett Till? How come no one ever told me about the Tuskegee Airmen or Henrietta Lacks? That's just American history to us. Once you take the time to learn about the impact that black people had on this country and the world as a whole, your viewpoint on black people will be totally different. If the media constantly told the world that the entire Hispanic experience was this photo, or the entire white experience was school shooters and serial killers, that would be fucked up, right? Well, that's how they've been doing black people for decades. That's not our history. But we're forced to learn about white history, which is mostly wars and seasoned land and racism. Shit, we're about to go to war right now. You can't even become a citizen without learning their history, which is why everybody knows about the Boston Tea Party, the Battle on Bunker Hill, and can sing the Star-Spangled Banner, which ironically is also about war. The rockets' red glare and the bombs are bursting in the air. And can't forget racism. No refuge can save the harrowing and slave from the terror of flight and gloom of the grave. Like, damn! They even killed us in the anthem and then gaslight us and call us unpatriotic if we don't want to sing it. So yes, we would love the respect of white folks who've been treating us like shit for over 400 years. We would love respect from all other people of color who wasn't dragged here but came here as immigrants at their own free will. Because when you, my fellow Asians, Hispanics, Middle Easterns, Africans, Pacific Islanders, Caribbeans, when you arrived to this cookout, your plate was already made. Black people already fought for your civil rights. We already fought for fair housing. We already fought for freedom. We fought through Jim Crow and being able to sit at the same damn restaurant as white people. We endured the acid being poured in public pools, the lynchings, the burnings, the drownings. The reason you could get a job or health care or an education. Black people fought for it. We didn't start HBCUs because we wanted black universities. They were started because we couldn't get into white universities. And we don't complain when many of your people sit on the sidelines comfortable and quiet. But it is fucked up when you say, why they always protesting and boycotting? All the while, these boycotts are benefiting you too. And now you're realizing it when we sit down and shut the fuck up. It ain't easy when you have to go boots to the ground, is it? Facing a sea of racist cops and ICE officials with shields and guns just itching to use them, being thrown to the ground and watching your loved ones get round up like animals. It ain't easy seeing your people unjustly thrown in detention centers and your family torn apart, snatching up babysitters and farmers with no due process. And you lucky it ain't the 60s because they had dogs, ropes, and fire hydrants for us. It ain't easy feeling helpless because the country you love, the country that your people helped build and bled for, hates you. Coming home as a decorated veteran and you have to eat outside or they spit in your food. It ain't easy knowing that you're excluded from the all, when America screams with liberty and justice for all. Well, this has always been the black experience. Always. And that's why when black people see Asians or Hispanics or white people speaking up against the inequalities in America, we always support your views. It's got to be very difficult to step away from a long lineage of hate, knowing that your people, your family, your friends will call you a traitor simply because you fuck with black people. Well, you tell your hating ass family that this country was built on immigrants. So why the fuck are they here?
One of the most difficult and exhausting things about being black in this country, but especially during times like this, is seeing how frequently you stand alone when you ride for everybody else. Black people voted in the greatest percentage against Trump, and even though he ran on deportations in all 3 of his campaign cycles, which still isn't affecting black people, we still showed the most support against him in those policies. Deportation doesn't affect us, and still we voted against him and his policies, knowing that they would affect everyone else more than us. We literally rode for y'all harder than you rode for yourselves. Yet so many of you have spoken up against every pro-black safety, empowerment, civil rights, peace movement that we've had, at least in my lifetime. And don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of you who supported, and you already know I'm not talking to or about you. I'm talking about people like the Latinos that voted for Trump and sang songs about it, and then when their abuelas got deported, are like, well, where are the black people standing up for us? The where's Kamala crowd? The group that still listens to this administration of idiots and somehow blames Barack Obama for shit that's going on right now. So consistently, this country has shown black people that being black means to be in everyone else's corner but have no one in yours. And the most frustrating part remains the reality, the knowledge that we're gonna still keep fighting, not just for you, but for us as well, because we know that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And if one of us isn't free, then none of us are free, despite how frustrating it is for us that y'all can't get that through your fucking skulls.
Black people are God's chosen people. That's why they're naturally spiritual. That's why they're overlooked. That's why they're copied across the whole planet Earth.
Okay, my family. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. And I will see you. Keep on pushing. Bye.